In this particular session we're going to talk about the dual lock lever handle. This is a double lock system, Trevor, that you've actually designed. So let's talk this through.
So what this lock handle actually does, what this furniture does, is it links both locks together simultaneously. So you can, if the door was closed, you wanted to throw the top lock, you can throw the top lock and they're both locked.
And that's how it would be if it was actually in position.
Closed.
Yep.
So this would be basically in a night situation. So when the office is empty, or you generally have a lockdown at night time, it could be through the day, it might be a conference room and you might not need somebody to come in through a meeting or what have you. But generally at night time, that's how it works. But if in case of an emergency or somebody needed to get out of the room quickly, all they would have to do is to pull the handle down, which retracts both locks simultaneously. So I'll just do that again. Yep. So they're both locked and they're both unlocked.
And that means it can also meet with fire requirements too.
Exactly.
On egress, right?
Exactly. So this will actually retract both locks simultaneously, but you can also always re-lock or unlock the top lock manually if you desire.
Yep.
So normally in a normal secure situation, you have a daytime lock down the bottom here and you'll have a nighttime lock. So this scenario would generally be used after hours, but during the daytime it's used through an electric strike as well.
Now we've got two keys here. Obviously they can be keyed the same.
Exactly.
Or keyed differently.
Yes. One of the tricks with this outside handle as well, which a lot of people most probably wouldn't know, but from a locksmith's point of view, when you're actually fitting a lock to a door, with our dual lock lever handle on the inside here, we've actually designed it so that the gap between the two face plates here is 50 millimeters. Okay, 50 millimeters, and that's a critical size. But what I've actually done, because to be honest with you, I've fitted hundreds of locks over the years, I know that sometimes when people fit locks, they might say it might end up being 48 millimeters or 52 millimeters or whatever. They're not quite precise on that dimension there. So what we've actually done is, although you can't see it, but inside here we have an adjustable rod. So if the fitter of the locks isn't actually precise, if they don't get that 50 millimeters exactly dead on, there is actually a 5mm adjustment either way. So in actual fact, it equates to 10 millimeters adjustment of the handle. So those locks there can be up to 5 millimeters up or down, and we can still utilize the handle. That's all very well on the inside, okay? So now we come to the outside of the door. Well, the problem is with the outside, anybody who's actually fitted locks, I can tell you now there's an issue. Now the issue is when you're fitting locks, the bottom lock itself, the cylinder hole there remains the same because it's within the lock, within the one lock.
Got it.
But if, as I said a minute ago, if the person that's actually fitting the locks actually doesn't fit the distances correctly, and you've got a stainless steel door furniture with cylinder holes cut out on the outside, if they're 5mm out when they're fitting the lock, we can accommodate that with the inside handle. But with the outside handle, because those cylinder holes are cut into it, you couldn't actually put them on because the locks would be out.
Yep.
So what we actually did there, I designed it in such a way that the escutcheon, this top escutcheon here, is actually adjustable. So if the installer of the locks is slightly out with their installation, I'm only talking, a few millimeters here, but a few millimeters will make the difference of whether you can actually get the handle on or whether it won't fit.
Yeah.
What you actually do is, there's actually two screws on the inside of that door furniture. You can undo the two screws and this escutcheon here will slide up and down, 5mm up and 5mm down. So in real terms, you can accommodate anybody who's actually just not quite fitted the locks absolutely perfectly by doing that. So we've got an adjustable inside handle, an adjustable escutcheon on the outside as well.
It's very clever, the whole thing.